You know, there was the whole Bieber thing last week. I don't want to talk about the eggs or the drunkenness or the weed or the arrest or any of that. But this was fascinating. On MSNBC, Andrea Mitchell reports, Andrea was talking to former Congresswoman Jane Harman about NSA domestic spying. I think this is an important issue, and then suddenly had to break in and stop her for breaking news.
Seriously consider not continuing
Congresswoman
Section
Harman,
215.
let me interrupt you. Congresswoman, let me interrupt you just for a moment. We've got some breaking news out of Miami. Stand by, if you will. Right now in Miami, Justin Bieber has been arrested on a number of charges. The judge is reading the charges, including resisting arrest and driving under the influence. He's appearing now before the judge for his bond hearing. Let's watch.
Okay, so yeah, she was talking about the NSA domestically spying on our phone calls, but had to be interrupted because Bieber was being arraigned. Is this just the death? Finally, is this the final nail in the coffin of mainstream media? It is so embarrassingly awful. And Andrea Mitchell, who I have no great love for, you could even see she was pained to even have to break away. So I don't put all the blame on her because it's producers and executives and all that. But is this just the death of this thing?
Well,
Alonso?
I think CNN.com devoting their front page to Miley Cyrus twerking was maybe the first salvo in all this. I mean, it's terrible, but unfortunately, I think they get rewarded for it. I think that they probably get the numbers that they want to get, and so they feel like they have to do it. And you know, I remember there was some journalist somewhere, I'm forgetting now where, who basically wrote a column in which he vowed he would never write about Paris Hilton again. Yeah, like he goes, I'm not going to be part of the problem here. I'm just going to, I'm stopping. The rest of you can do what you want to do. I quit. And I think if any of the major news networks took a similar, we are not going to interrupt a discussion of NSA domestic spying to talk about Justin Bieber or anybody else, you know, I think that there would be at least a segment of the viewership that would say, bravo.
Yeah,
you know?
Well, to that end, I did ban myself from tweeting about the Kardashians after the wedding thing. After the divorce, I was like, that's it, and I have not tweeted about them once. So I'm doing my part.
We were all left broken by that.
Yeah. I wonder to what point there's someone who is still into this, because as you said, you felt there was a little bit of pain from Andrea Mitchell and having to do it. The producers who were in the ear said, go, 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 break to Justin Bieber. I'm sure they're going, why are we breaking to Justin Bieber? But they have to. Somewhere up the ladder, there's someone who's making a decision enough that really thinks this is great. There must be. I mean, all the way to the top can't be saying, God, this sucks, but I can't do anything about it. Somebody can do something about it, but no one will because someone really believes in this. Where does that break-off happen is what I wonder.
I don't think anyone knows, and that's why I think it keeps happening. Nobody sort of knows who's in charge and who should make those decisions. But is this sort of ultimately why cable news was doomed to failure from the start? We've had a run of it for 15 years or something, but you know, at some point we used to have the public airwaves, and ABC, NBC, and CBS would give you the news, and there were trusted people like Walter Cronkite. But then when it became all about ratings on cable news, that then they feel they have to do this stuff, whether they have to or not. But so don't we need our cable, our airwaves back?
Well, I think Pandora's box is open. You know, I mean, the 24-hour cable, as we have discovered, is a beast that has to be fed. You know, and that's why Nancy Grace has a show. You know, and that's why she can devote endless hours on these murder trials that are not news to the general public. Right. You know.
Is there anything that's more drivel than the minutia of a trial? Really, any of these trials when they show them all day long? Could you think of anything that would be more of a waste of time?
It becomes this sort of desperate need to just fill those hours with something, you know. And I think that MSNBC has been classier than that up until now, and I think that's why so many people are paying attention to this. If Fox had done it, I don't think it would be getting the kind of blowback that we're experiencing now, because you know they've been very happy to like do in-depth articles about sexual harassment at Hooters or whatever if it meant showing B-roll footage of scantily clad women. But I think MSNBC was say what you will about their politics, was thought to be a little classier than this.
Yeah. You know what? The thing is, I'm all for. If you want to watch Justin Bieber in the courtroom, there's tons of channels. That's what those are there for. I mean, like you said, you have CNN, you have Headline News, you have all the ones that they have their thing. As I said, Nancy Grace likes to do these ridiculous murder trials and then also go after every particular kidnapped child. But those have their venues. watch Justin Bieber. It should be on a particular channel. So you go, oh, I'm sick of the NSA stuff. I know they're doing 24
Right,
Justin Bieber.
So make TMZ a 24-hour channel.
Make
Just put
TMZ
it all
trying to,
there.
or let HLN handle that stuff and let CNN actually handle the news. You know, every time we do a story like this, people say, "Well, why are you talking about Bieber at all or any of that?" But on YouTube, the beauty of what we can do is you just click what you want to click. We're not tricking you into clicking it or showing it for an hour. So isn't that ultimate sort of validation for what you do by being part of an online?
Yeah, you know, and that argument about, well, you guys are covering it, so you're part of the problem too. You know what? But we're talking about why it's ridiculous. So if we just sit back and be quiet about it.
We're talking about the media angle. We're not talking about the story itself.
Yeah, so we're not going, and by the way, what did Justin Bieber say to that judge? We didn't bring any of that stuff up. We don't care about that. But if no one talks about the problem, and it would just be quiet about it, we're just allowing it to happen just as much. Because obviously, you, the person who's complaining, can be sitting there and just
talk to that guy over there somewhere.
You could be sitting there watching Justin Bieber and go, oh, nothing I can do about it.
No, well, Network came true. You know, that's an entire movie about what happens when the news division falls under the entertainment division umbrella. And that's what happened, you know. And now, yeah, you're right. News shows have to have ratings. News shows have ad rates. And so they now are falling under the same rubric as whatever other crap is on TV.
Yeah.